chapter 2, verse 11. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. So Nathan and I are going to show you some ornaments that are special to us. The first one I'm going to show you is this little 3D one. And my granny and grandpa Enlow sent this to me. They lived in Hazel, North Carolina, so they mailed this to me before Christmas one year. And they wrote on the back of it. And they sent it to me December 20th of 1991. So I've kept that. I really like that little, it looks special to me. And then I've had this little doll since I was little that Mom used to hang on the tree. It says peace and joy throughout the year.
This is one that my Aunt Lori made for me years ago. And then Mom and Dad brought these back from Israel. It's made out of olive wood. And this one, there's several of them they brought back. It's a little olive wood with an angel in the middle. It's another one they brought back.
And then y'all, this is one that our kids went to a pottery class that one of our friends was given. And so this is one that Jacob made. Now our tree last year fell, so it had to be glued together there and there. But we hung those up because they're so cute and remind us of when they were little. And they had so much fun at that class. And right here is one that Isaac made at the pottery class. And since the tree fell over last year, it broke right here and we had to glue it back together. So they had a lot of fun at that class. And then Nathan, is this one you made when you were younger?
I think so.
Nathan used to make these. Who taught you how to make these?
Lori.
His Aunt Lori taught him how. And then we got another one over here that Isaac made when he was little. And actually this is before we started homeschooling them. They made it at a little Christian school that they went to. And here's another one that Jacob made with his fingertips and paint. So those are just some special ornaments. We had more, but we didn't get everything out this year. And here's another one from Israel that Nathan's parents brought back to us. Now I showed y'all the other day the little ornaments that we made with the little cannon lids. And this is what we did the year before last. And that one was Isaac's that he did. And then that one is Jacob's. And that's the one I did. And then there's the one that Nathan did. We had a good time doing this. So Nathan's going to interview his mom and dad and get their favorite memories of when they were kids at Christmas time and their favorite foods.
We grew up on a farm. My daddy had 86 acres. We plowed everything with 2 mules, and I lived the life of most of the people older than me. And we got at Christmas time, we didn't get a lot. We didn't get much at all for Christmas. Most kids get more when they go to the grocery store now than we got at Christmas time. But my oldest sister, Mickey, started working in Gainesville, and at Christmas time she would always buy something pretty nice. So one year she bought me a tool belt. It's a belt that went around you like the linemen wear. It had the big strap, you know, you climb up a tree and put that around the hook end, and it had a pair of pliers, and it had a roll of tape, and it had a little hammer and a screwdriver all in that tool belt. It was all good leather stuff back then. And I had more fun with that tool belt. I'd climb up on the fence. We had a chicken fence around our chickens, and it was about 18 feet tall probably, and I'd climb up there and hook on. I was a lineman. I was working on the power lines. I had so much fun with that tool belt, and I had the pliers up until not too many years ago. But one of my sons, probably Nathan, lost them out in the woods or something, so I don't have them anymore. But that's my favorite Christmas that I remember. It was just so wonderful to have that. And, it wouldn't be a lot today, but back for me at that time, it was a lot of fun. We just had a good time with it.
Tell us about what you used to get from your mom and daddy growing up when you was...
Well, usually at Christmas time, when we got our winter boots, we wore, got a pair of boots for the winter time, go hunting and work on the farm and all. So I'd get my winter boots, and sometimes you get some shotgun shells or some 22 rifle shells and stuff like that. We always had fruit, oranges, and apples, and candy. They'd always buy candy, and it was a good time. We had a good time, even though we didn't have a lot. Mom always cooked a lot for Christmas, and we had the family in. That was the most important part, when you have the family in to get together. We just had a great time at Christmas time. And we just played. All the kids would get together outside and play, and it's just a wonderful time. I have a lot of good memories about Christmas time, and even all my growing up years, even though it was hard work, I still had a lot of fun playing with the neighbors' kids and just running around through the woods, riding stick horses and all that kind of stuff. It was just a whole lot of fun.
Now, did y'all cut your own Christmas tree off the farm?
We did. We'd get out, not too long after Thanksgiving, we'd get out and walk all over the farm till we found just the right cedar tree. That's what we always used, was a cedar tree. And we'd cut it down, bring it to the house, and take some boards and make a platform to put it on, and it was a good time. Decorated it, of course, and put lights all over it. Tinsel, we always put tinsel. We don't put tinsel anymore, but always used a lot of tinsel on our trees. Just had a good time.
All right, Papa, what was some of your favorite candy and food and stuff?
Well, one of my favorite candies was chocolate drops. Daddy'd always buy a sack of those, and they were so good. And they also had these orange slices candy. That was really good. I enjoyed that a lot. My mom always made a raisin cake at Christmas time, and I really loved the raisin cake. She put a lot of raisins in it. It was wonderful. And of course, she made a fruit cake as well, and I enjoyed that. But she made all kind of chocolate pies and pumpkin pies and potato pies, because we had a lot of people come to the house for lunch on Christmas Day.
Well, my experiences with Christmas was when we were children. My dad was a farmer for some part of my childhood. My mom was a stay-home mom, and she always made sure that we had good Christmas. But my favorite Christmas of all was when I was a 9-year-old girl, and we had been to town to get new shoes and the Christmas fruit and this sort of thing. And I had seen this bride doll, and I just fell in love with it, and I wanted that bride doll so bad. So Mama said, well, we can't afford anything like that, so we can't promise you that but you will have some kind of doll, but we can't promise you it will be a bride doll. So I still, everybody say, what do you want for Christmas? I want a bride doll. I want a bride doll. So on Christmas morning, when we woke up and went in there, I had that bride doll. That was just the best Christmas that I thought I could ever have, was getting the doll that I wanted.
Now, did y'all cut y'all's tree off the farm?
Oh yeah, we would go down and, well, we would kind of scout the area out to see if we could find the best one, and then we would go and Daddy would take the little hatchet and we'd drag it to the house, and he'd put it in the stand, and then Mama would make popcorn, and we would sew popcorn together to put around like a tinsel light. And then we would make, sometimes we would make paper ornaments, but then I guess probably when I really knew what was going on, we bought these, not glass, what they call the little balls, and we would decorate those. But we made a lot of our decorations.
What was your favorite foods and candy or stuff like that you got at Christmas time that you didn't get any other time?
Oh goodness, I loved clove. That had the little clove candy sticks and the peppermint sticks. That was my favorite candy.
What?
Of course, I loved chocolate, and we would, Mama would make like chocolate cookies or sometimes fudge and that sort of thing. But most of it was the peppermint. You could get the peppermint sticks back then.
What food did she make that you didn't get any other time of the year?
Oh goodness.
Fruitcake.
Fruitcake. My mom made the best fruitcake ever. She would always make it like in November, 1st of November, and then she would soak it in grape juice. Put it in a cloth. What was that called?
Cheesecloth.
Cheesecloth. And then she'd wrap it up really good, and she would put it where it would stay cool. And about once a week, she would bring that cake out, and she would pour grape juice on it. And by the time Christmas came, it was so moist, and it had that wonderful flavor to it. That was one of my favorite things.